Okay, folks. So again, I don't normally share my political research, but again, this is another one of those examples that I've noted multiple times now where the reality of the situation is not going to be reflected on the record when it comes to some of these committees and these hearings and stuff. And this is the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor here in Nevada State Legislature today, April 14th. And you can clearly see there's the audience. Okay, there's one person sitting in the audience. Now, I guarantee you that the record that's being recorded and documented in the historical records for legislature here in Nevada is not going to reflect the fact that this room had one person sitting out there in the audience. And she just showed up because in previous frames, you can see there's nobody. There's nobody sitting in this room.
Ahead.
Nobody. Well, there she is. She's in the back. She's probably registering so that she can sit, you know, because you have to give up your name and your address and all of that stuff. But then, you know, when you go further on in here, and this woman says this about all those in favor, what do you mean all those?
I'm praying that we get this together because this is...
And again, the callers, the people that are calling in, if you listen to their words and their stories, they're all very similar, and it almost as if they're reading a script. So anyway, I just find it very curious. Listen to what this woman says. Clearly, you can see there's one person sitting in the audience, and then listen to what this woman says.
Situation in front of you today.
Thank you so much. And Senator Spearman, if you're finished, we'll ask you to step back and we'll open it for public comment. All those wishing to speak in favor.
Looking around the room.
36, please come to the table.
Okay.
Las Vegas as well.
This is the room she's looking at as she's saying, all those in favor, please step up to the table.
So
There's one person sitting in the room, lady. I guarantee you that the record is not going to reflect that when she asked that question, all those in favor, please step up to the table, is not going to reflect that there was one person sitting in the audience. So again, just more of the political circus and the political games. And, you know, I don't buy a whole lot into the politics, but I do pay somewhat attention at times because I believe that this right here, which is the reality of the situation, is not being reflected in the records. And what's being reflected are their scripted narratives and their scripted storytellers that call in, and those get recorded. And they put up roadblocks for anybody in opposition of any of this stuff. Like the other day when I was watching, there was a session going on, and when it came time to hear the opposing side, all of a sudden, there was all these technical issues, and they couldn't get people on the phone. There were people waiting in the queue, but they couldn't hear their voices. They were muted or they were having issues. But prior to that, it went on for a full, almost a half hour full of people calling in and reading their scripts in support of what they want to push through. But like I said, when it came time to the moment when to hear the opposition, all of a sudden there was technical difficulties. So again, the record is not reflecting the reality right now, folks. And what's being written in the books, in the political books, is not reflecting the actual reality of things. And we can go back through decades, after decade, after decade, after decade, and find the same pattern repeating, where the history recorded does not reflect reality. Period. Anyway, yeah, just more of the political games and the silliness going on here in Nevada.